Bloodborne has an ESRB rating of M for mature for blood and gore and violence. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Is It Worth It? On tonight's Spotlight, I have Bloodborne to review for you from the PS4. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and share the video. My name is Rox, your host of the show. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the review. Bloodborne is from the same creators of the notorious titles from the frustrating difficult genre Demon and Dark Souls, otherwise known as the Souls games. Although they have different titles, it seems that they all share one thing in common, and that is that they are designed to be challenging and rewarding when done right. Well, does Bloodborne earn your time and money? Here are my thoughts. What I found interesting about the theme to Bloodborne is that it takes on a gothic monster tale, where you must destroy creatures and monsters from classic horror stories. Think the Universal monsters, but these guys are variations of their design, like wolves and witches, scary groundskeepers and hooded executioners, zombies, and even aliens. The setting and atmosphere adapts from old Victorian fiction of Transylvania, like dark cathedrals, churches, castles, dark forests, towns, and even farms. There are many locations to explore and get lost in, and the setting works within the intended theme. The colors are very dark, and the game hardly ever shows any sunlight, so this game tone is very gothic. The game is not scary, but it is action-packed. You play in the third-person view, and the controller button layout is set up simple enough to execute commands. The same button press configures different actions depending on what kind of primary weapon you decide to wield. Also, holding down the right trigger does a stronger focus attack. Each of the primary weapons have two different transformations. This allows the player to carry one weapon with two styles of combat within the same weapon. One questionable decision by the developers is that they removed, or should I say, forced the player to evade incoming attacks instead of block. Personally, I found this a bit difficult because playing this familiar game type with the Souls games, I always carried a shield, so I had to practice a lot of outmaneuvering the enemy during intense battles. They give you instead your choice of guns, rifle, or shotgun. These weapons are your secondary weapons and are intended for stunning the enemy if timed right. In order to execute a strong visceral attack, this stuns the enemy and make it vulnerable to a more powerful attack. But the stun doesn't last long, so you must be quick to execute this move, and that'll definitely take a lot of practice. Now, to be fair, there is a shield in the game, but believe me when I tell you that it's the only shield in the game, and it's just a wooded plank. You can never upgrade it or get a better one, so you better get used to just having this one. You can carry many different types of items with you to consume to give you an edge during battles or aid you from ailments and other disabilities. Your health doesn't regenerate on its own. This time you are given what is called blood vials that you collect by defeating enemy or purchasing them from messengers. They are limited and you have to be careful not to exhaust them because sometimes in battle the enemy doesn't always drop them. You have to start from the last checkpoint if you happen to die. Oh yeah, if you think you cleared an area and you die, all those enemies you killed respawn to fight again. The bosses are the only exception to the respawn rule. This isn't a problem since you need to kill as many enemies as you can to collect blood echoes. You need these to level up your character and purchase items from the vendors. Also, if you die and you drop all of your blood echoes, sometimes an enemy will pick them up, which will require for you to kill that enemy in order to get them back. If you die again without getting them back, those souls or blood echoes are lost forever. So you have to be careful not to die or spend them while you still have a chance. Bloodstones of different variations are needed to upgrade your weapons, which can be acquired by defeating certain enemies or finding them in chests. There are many items to scout for, like wardrobe or badges for special weapon purchases. There are many hidden areas within the realm, so make sure you check every corner or breakable boxes for hidden paths, items, or specialty stones.
Well, you've come to the right place. Yharnam is the home of blood ministration. You need only unravel its mystery.
Just like the Souls games, very little is explained in the narrative of the story. It's mostly cutscenes and cinematics that do most of the introductions, but it's usually just a setup for a boss fight. There are townsfolk that explain or try to give you information on what's befallen on their town, but it's mostly vague descriptions or confused knowledge that they don't know either, other than what's happening in the moment. The gameplay is very familiar to the styles of the Souls games. It's a semi-open world of paths, although a lot of the areas are locked up and must be unlocked by finding hidden levers and doors. For the most part, you are funneled through a linear path that is predetermined. There are shortcuts in the game, but they seem to open up hidden pathways to earlier spots for faster travel. There is an optional co-op feature where you can summon in up to 3 other players to help you clear or defeat a difficult boss. Once the area or boss has been beaten, those players get returned to their worlds, thus leaving you alone again. There is also an invade feature where other players can invade your game to try to kill you for sport and gain. So people can either help you or make things more difficult. It is nerve-wracking when someone invades your game. You never know what kind of skill the other player has, but if you're lucky, you might be the last one standing. Also, summoning in this game takes a long time. You ring a bell and have to wait and hope that someone in the world near your level can hear the bell chime. Sometimes I'd wait 15 minutes or give up because people couldn't or wouldn't join. I just had an easier time with co-op in the Souls games. You'll also find random notes from other players on the ground warning you of dangers ahead, as well as phantoms of fallen players. They are mostly to let you know where hotspots of deaths are. The world's central hub is in the Hunter's Dream. Here you return constantly to level up your statistics from the doll, a living, talking old-century mannequin that helps you with leveling up your character. The Hunter's Dream is basically your headquarters. There is a church atop of a hill where you can upgrade your weapons and enhance them to be more powerful weapons. The church also has a storage cache for all your items and consumables if you happen to max out your carry-ons. You can also buy new weapons, given that you found their badges out in the worlds you visit. The Hunter's Dream is connected to all of the realms via transportation through headstones in the garden. The more places you visit and unlock, the more headstones with destinations get revealed. There are many headstones to unlock, so you'll have plenty of exploration to do. In the same garden, there are also tombstones that can transport you to special dungeons, not necessarily attached to the main campaign. These are dungeons with various levels of difficulty. Inside these tombs are different layers of enemy with its own boss at the end. The more you defeat a boss and descend deeper into the dungeons, the more you get special items to unlock and pay your way to more difficult dungeons. So is Bloodborne worth it? Well, honestly, yes and no. I feel like you will get your money's worth for the challenging replayability, but I don't think that this title has the same appeal as its predecessors. I'm glad you don't have to upgrade all pieces of clothing here, but I wish there were more of a complete differences of clothing to wear. It just seems like everybody's wearing the same thing, all dark tones. Also, the co-op feature wasn't my favorite experience because having to wait for someone after ringing the bell made me feel like there was nobody else playing the game the longer I'd wait. At least in the Souls games, you can see if someone wanted the help by the number of scratches on the ground. You know it was connected to the servers, but here you don't know who might be in your area to summon. You just have to wait and pray someone would. The game is better than average experience, so I'm going to award this game for its combat gameplay, presentation, replayability, full customization feature, amazing soundtrack, which I really liked. I'm going to award this game a coin of bronze for being a good game. Now, what do I feel the game is worth? It's worth 40 only because I know Dark Souls 2 with all its DLC is currently selling at $60, and I already know that that game without its extra content of DLC was worth $60. Both games play the same, they just have different theme to them. And I'm sorry, but Bloodborne, although a good time, is lacking half the features and items from its predecessors. So there you have it, a bronze coin because it's a good game and better than average with a tag price of 40 bucks. That's my opinion. As always, if you're interested in the opinions of other sites, here they are. Just to let you all know, I have a friend who wants to have a discussion about Bloodborne where he wants to compare the previous titles to this one. Somehow, me and him feel that there are things that are lacking in this game that somehow Dark Souls and Demon Souls were so rich of. And we're talking about like little features like upgrading the weapons or to the full customization of your liking. Here, you really don't have that. Here you only make them stronger, but you don't really get to enchant them. And that's the sort of discussion we're going to be talking about in a later video. So make sure you subscribe and keep an eye out for that video that'll come out soon. Alright you guys, thank you so much for watching the episode. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel and share the video with all your social websites. Also leave me a comment, let me know what you think, if I missed out on anything. I feel like I did, but that's where we're going to have a discussion with my buddy later. But either way, I hope you guys had a good time. Don't forget to catch up on previous episodes and make sure you watch future episodes as well by subscribing. My name is Rox and I'll see you guys next time.